Hey guys, welcome back to No Catchy Name. It's me, Ella. Today we're making a pickle. So if you want to make this pickle, grab your supplies and let's head over to the craft table and get going. Okay, for this tutorial you will need yarn for your pickle. This is Big Twist Posh that I'm using in the color bok choy. I like using it. This is for the eyes. I embroider my eyes, but you can also use safety eyes if you prefer. But this is some Just Chanel by Premier. I like to use it for my eyes. And then I have some worsted weight here to do a mouth with. You'll need polyfill, scissors, a yarn needle, stitch marker, and a hook. Today I'm going to use a H 5mm hook for this tutorial, and because of my tension and the yarn choice, if you're using different yarn or if you have a different tension, obviously you have to either size up or size down, depending on what those are. But anyways, let's hop into it and start making a pickle. This pickle pattern is kind of, it's not really 100% a pattern, but it's like a formula. I don't know. But we're going to start with increasing some, and then the placement of the bumps on the pickle is totally random. I never keep track of it. So let's just go ahead and start with the magic ring. So this is how I do it. I kind of make a X with the yarn. So I cross over kind of towards the right, and then when I cross back over, I go towards the left. So it's like an X. You go under the first yarn, over the second one. And when you pull it through, you twist it up, and then you make a chain to secure it. There you go. And then it's ready to work into. I do like to untwist that. Alright, so start with the magic ring or chain 2 method, whichever you prefer. We're going to put 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to cinch our ring up gently. Don't pull it too tight because you don't want to break your yarn. Alright, so round 2 we're going to increase all the way around. So on the first stitch, increase. And then we're going to put our stitch marker in, the first stitch we made. Alright, so now we got 5 more stitches. We're going to increase in all those for a total of 12 stitches. 3, 4, increase, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last increase is 11 and 12. Alright. Round 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. It'll be a total of 18 stitches. So here's my first single crochet. So now do an increase. And then a single crochet. And then an increase. Gonna repeat that all the way around for a total of 18. Alright, so now we have 18 stitches. This is as far as I increase my pickles with this yarn and this hook. You can make it bigger if you want. But now for the bumpy bits. So I don't keep track of that or even my rounds really when I'm making these pickles myself. So I usually just do, like right now I'm going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet so I can put my stitch marker in it. Like I'm just going to do 2 more, so it'll be 3 single crochets. And then I'm going to do a bump. In my bumps, I do bubble stitches with usually 4 in it. So we're going to yarn over and go in. Yarn over and pull through 2. You have 2. Yarn over, go back in the same stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2. You have 3. Yarn over and go in. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2. You'll have 4. And then I'll do it one more time. Yarn over. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll have 5 loops, so then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5. So that's my first pickle bump. And then after it, I just do some stitches. I usually add just 1 bump per row. So I will single crochet all the way around to my stitch marker. And then on the next row, I will single crochet past that bump and add another bump. Okay, so now it's my new row. So I'm going to go past this bump, just single crochet solidly. And I'll say right here is another place. I'm going to make another bubble, same way. Oops, I messed that up. Yeah, all the way through. Okay, I confused myself. And then I'll single crochet to the end of the round. There's 2 pickle bumps. And that's what I'll just keep doing. I will keep single crocheting, and then sometimes some of my rows will just be a solid single crochet round. I won't add any bumps. This way your pickles don't all look exactly the same. They come out random each time. So for this round, I'm just going to single crochet all the way around. Not making any pickle bumps. And then on my next round, I'm going to single crochet all the way to the back here and put a pickle bump somewhere on the back. Now you can keep using your stitch marker if you prefer, but since I usually just freehand the pickles, I don't worry about that until I start to decrease later. So let's go ahead and just single crochet back to this solid spot. I like doing it this way because as long as I increase up to 18, I can do it any which way I want. Single crochets and bobbles just all the way up to the length that I want it. And then I just decrease down. That way each pickle is different. And I can kind of personalize, because sometimes I use these bumps as the nose. I'll put eyes on either side and then I'll have a big nose. So I can purposely place the bubbles where I want them and not where I don't want them. Alright, so we're on the back here. We'll add a bump right here. And I'm just going to keep doing that until the pickle is the size that I want it to be. And then we will decrease down, stuff it, and put a face on it. So you just continue in that same, like right here if you wanted. Even though I put one here, I could still put one in the front if I wanted to. You can put as many as you want or as less as you want. Some pickles are quite bumpy and some are not. So it's a personal choice. So you just continue in that fashion, just crocheting to get it the length that you want it, and adding the bumps wherever you think it needs a bump. And then when you're happy with the size of your pickle, we'll come back and we'll decrease. Okay, I'm happy with my pickle length. See, the bubbles are just kind of sporadic. So now I'm going to get to where I'm going to decrease, but I also need to stuff him first. So let's go ahead and stuff him up some. We'll stuff him mostly and then stuff more after the decrease. So get your polyfill and start by stuffing all the way down to the bottom. You don't want to stuff too much because you don't want to make the stuffing show. I guess this could also be a cucumber tutorial instead of just a pickle. Because can you tell if this is a pickle or a cucumber? Like, how do you tell if it's been pickled yet when it's in crochet form? Alright, I think that's pretty good for now. I'll stuff some more after I decrease a little bit. Okay, so now is when we would pull our stitch marker back into play. So our first decrease is going to be a single crochet first, and then we will throw our stitch marker in there, and we're going to do a decrease, then a single crochet, then a decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, whoops, decrease. Single crochet, decrease. Alright, so that was our first round of decreasing. So now you can add a little bit more stuff in if you want, or you can wait to the very end. I'll add a little bit more. The next round of decreasing will just be decreasing all the way around, taking you from 12 stitches down to 6. Let's do one decrease and put our stitch marker back. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, pull up a little bit and trim your tail for closing up your final hole. Take that off, and I'm going to add a little bit more stuffing. You stuff it until you think it's good enough. I think it's pretty good. Get our yarn needle. Got stuff just laying everywhere. A little chaotic sometimes. Alright, and then I just like to go through each stitch and pull it as I go. Weave it in a little bit. It's a little bit harder to weave in these bigger yarns, but I do still try. Then I'll just stick it up here somewhere and pull it out. Alright. So that is your pickle. Obviously, if you wanted to use safety eyes, you would have inserted them. It doesn't really matter which way's up, because it's a pickle. Anywhere you want. If you want the eyes down here or up here or wherever. I embroider my eyes. This is what I prefer to do. And it takes a little bit more time, but I feel like it's safer for everybody who purchases my items. Or that I gift them to. So now I'm going to get me some black just chenille yarn. It's a thinner chenille yarn. It says it's a size 5, I believe, but it's definitely closer to a size 4, if not even like a 3.5. And then I'm going to embroider the eyes. I embroider all my eyes the exact same way, pretty much. I have a tutorial I'll link in the description box if you want just a tutorial on the eyes. But I'm just going to go in, and I think up here is a good place to put his eyes. Pull it almost all the way through, leaving me a little tail. And I'm going to go up a couple stitches and just start building up the eye there by going in and out that same spot. Directing the yarn where to go with my fingers. Until I'm happy with the black of the eye, and then I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. I really like the embroidered eyes. I do craft markets, so when I go, usually people ask, a lot of people know that already that plastic eyes are not safe for small children, you know, 3-ish and under. And so they will usually look around, and then they'll ask me. At my previous markets, when I used to have mostly safety eyes, they would ask me if I had anything that was like baby appropriate. I don't know where I'm trying to get that out at. If I put it there, it's going to be too small. Maybe right here or somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. So ever since then, I've decided that I'm going to try to make everything I make from then on out as safe as I can for everybody who buys it, whether they're under a year old and they're getting it for their first birthday or whatever, first Christmas, or whether they're 100 years old and someone is buying it for them because it reminded them of them. So I've decided since then that I will use mostly embroidered eyes on everything that I can. There are some things that they just look better with plastic eyes. And the one pattern that I have two patterns that I make a lot that I feel that way about, and that's my penguins that I like to make. They look weird with my own eyes. I'm sure there's people out there who do it way better than me. And then also the booty frogs that I make. I tried to embroider eyes on them, and it looks goofy every time I do it. No matter what I do, I can't make them look good. So I do still use safety eyes, but I always tell people when I'm at my markets about the safety eyes not being actually safe, even though that's their name. And that, you know, if they're buying that for a small child, then I would suggest buying any of the other 100+ items that has soft eyes. But I've done really good at switching over from plastic eyes to mostly embroidered eyes, I think. Almost, probably like 95%, if not more, of my items that I make for my markets are embroidered now. I do still use plastic eyes for things I make for myself or my family. But, you know, I'm with my kids when they're playing with things that I made them. And, if you make it just as a decoration for an older person, obviously it doesn't matter. They're not going to be pulling on the eyes and chewing on it. I don't think, though. They might. Who knows? And I've also had people ask me if things were... they could buy my plushies for their dogs. Which one was a little weird, I thought. Because I was like, these are handcrafted. And you want to buy it for a dog to chew on. But also, I would never do that because this yarn, the fiber feel... the eyes, if you use plastic eyes, you know, it's a lot of plastics. I wouldn't want my dog chewing on a lot of plastics. So I do always tell them that I wouldn't suggest doing that because it's a lot of plastic, you know. Inevitably, it's going to end up in their stomach and it's probably not going to be good for them. Hide my tails here. Go back and get my white ones. Alright, so there's the gist of how I do my eyes. Sometimes I add a little like glint of white. Sometimes I don't. Alright, let's grab a little bit of worsted so that we can make a little smile. Or a little face, because the pickles are cute with the little faces. I don't know what that's called. You can also do cheeks and a nose. Sometimes on pickles I will do nose in the color of the yarn. I always like to do the eyes coming up, I mean the mouth coming up from close to the eyes, because when you pull it, there's space. I'm not the best at embroidering mouths. I usually just do the simple little V's. Every now and then I get lucky by complete accident and make a really good one, but then I can never recreate it, so. That's pretty much all I do for mouths. Because I'm not the best at it. That one don't even look good. I don't like that one. I'll pick that out and redo it. That's the good thing about doing stuff like this is you can just pick it out and redo it. Alright, let's try putting his mouth down further. Try to give him one of those more rounded mouths. By going down and then over. Just picking up fuzz. Go back in there. Okay, that looks a little bit better. He's a happy pickle. Alright, so that's just about it for the pickle. Like I said, this isn't like 100% a tutorial, like a pattern. It's more like a recipe on how to make a pickle, because you just increase to 18 and then you got to decrease down from 18. Everything you do in between that is just freehand. You do as many little bobbles as you want. You can also make them bigger or smaller. Sometimes I will do that. I will make just 2 double crochet bobbles, or sometimes I'll do some triple crochet bobbles just to make them have different sizes. And there's the pickle. Ain't he cute? He's such a cute pickle. But yeah, so if you make this, I'd love to see it. Share the pictures with me through either YouTube here on a video, Instagram, Facebook, email, all that stuff's linked below. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know as well, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another tutorial eventually. Bye, guys.